My name is Amy Jefferis, and I am the principal at St. Thomas More Catholic School in Southwest Portland. I completed this project as part of my continuing administrative licensure program. My vision for education is an environment where students and community members can sit together and work as equals, regardless of race, stature, or intelligence. Education in America is definitely on the right path, yet the path keeps getting longer and more complex. Teachers are continuously looking for tools and methods to empower students with knowledge and skills to create responsible citizens, and struggling to find resources to keep things moving forward. Oftentimes, administration has to turn to using temporary fixes, which can lead to an environment that does not run efficiently or effectively. My current school has not been through a strategic planning process for many years and is in desperate need of help. My job is to lead the community through this process in conjunction with our district. The goal of this strategic plan is to prioritize the needs of our school and community and identify a funding plan. The artifact I have included for my practicum portfolio is one of many publications that have gone out to stakeholders throughout the strategic planning process. This document outlines the process for Project Lead and answers some of the frequently asked questions we have about our plan. I have learned that communication is the key to navigating successful school change. Support is an essential part of our system of education. If a teacher has a strong support system, both personally and professionally, she will provide a strong and secure example for her students. Professional support is encouraging and helpful when problems or ideas arise. It is important to have good relations with fellow teachers so that knowledge and experience can be shared. As an administrator, I work diligently to be a support system for teachers in my building and members of our district, working together as a team toward a common goal for advancing education. This year, I was able to join the Curriculum Committee for the Archdiocese of Portland Department of Catholic Schools. The committee was comprised of 7 other principals in our district working to form common mission, vision, and learning principles for our district. The artifact I've included for this work is the December meeting agenda and draft of our mission, vision, and learning principles that were created. My job was to take the gathered data and synthesize it into a workable document. Being a part of this committee also helped me keep up on new innovations and methods in administration. Administrators, just like teachers and students, must continue to be learners. There is always something to learn, and no one will ever know it all. Administrators need to utilize the process of clinical supervision and focus the evaluation process by locating tasks and formatting discussions that encourage teachers to make inferences and develop their own thinking. The process of clinical supervision is a guide for administrators to help those they supervise to construct knowledge and learning. Successful administrators must help teachers to identify their teaching and learning needs and clarify or confirm their beliefs about education without judgment or evaluation. Implementation of clinical supervision practice begins a journey that will lead down a path of knowledge and inspiration. With the guidance and structure from the district, I was able to work through the clinical supervision process with each of my teachers on staff this year. My artifact to show my abilities to develop comprehensive professional growth plans and apply best practice to student learning is a copy of documents from the clinical supervision cycle with one of the teachers on my staff. Classroom teachers work continuously to improve teaching methods and classroom atmosphere. Daily, many research projects are conducted informally within a school or classroom. Information may be observed and gathered to identify the needs and placement of a student or effectiveness of a teacher's instruction. All of these moments are utilized for decision-making or classroom improvement. Another method to support improvement in the classroom and guide instruction is data analysis. Each year, our district participates in standardized testing. This year, I led my staff in an in-depth analysis of our testing data and the impact it can have on student learning. My artifact depicting this work is the culmination of our efforts as it was submitted to the Archdiocese of Portland, Department of Catholic Schools, for review and approval. For some of my teachers, this was their first time working with test data and looking at interventions and the impact on student learning. To improve instruction, a principal must facilitate professional growth in teachers through regular supervision as a means to evaluate instructional programs and provide teachers room to grow through reflection and goal setting. A very special person gave me some advice last year regarding effective administration. She said to me, "Be open, be honest, be compassionate, and most of all, be a good listener." These are the attributes that allow me to be a successful administrator and conduct appropriate and useful evaluations that support an increase in teacher effectiveness and student learning. A principal plays the role of instructional leader, administrator, and communicator in the daily management of a school and as a member of a larger district. In playing each of these roles, the principal ensures academic excellence in a diverse atmosphere of safety and community. As a principal, I model myself as an instructional leader, provide support for curriculum development and evaluation, provide leadership for professional growth, supervise and evaluate the staff, and provide leadership for school strategic planning. I facilitate the professional growth of the staff by initiating, providing, and participating in weekly staff meetings, curriculum in-service days, and cultural conferences. At the same time, I work with staff to improve the quality of instruction by evaluating the total instructional program through continuous supervision to achieve consistently high standards of performance. If a teacher is not performing at an acceptable level, then he or she is placed on a plan of assistance. This is a very strict process that is done through the guidance of the Legal and Human Resource Department at our district office. My artifact for this competency is a copy of a plan of assistance and meeting notes for one of my teachers this past school year. I believe a principal has many responsibilities, from stepping in for a missing teacher to managing the budget, handling both daily and long-term tasks for the benefit of the school and district. I can wear different hats, and I'm aware of the different roles that must be played by an effective manager and how to play them. I'm a firm believer that every choice has a consequence, both good and bad, and you always need to think a step ahead. Strategic thinking helps keep things running smoothly and makes overcoming hurdles easier. A principal with a firm grasp of resources, budgeting, and the change process effectively manages a quality team. Teachers are not always equipped with the tools necessary to teach a diverse student population. Districts have limited funds to provide in-service, support materials, and classroom resources. Lack of materials, however, is not the only reason teachers fail to help their students meet the standards. Many teachers fail to change their methods and beliefs to accommodate our ever-changing society. If teachers were specifically educated on strategies and materials for diverse learners, such as English language or high-functioning autistic learners, there would be more success stories for our students. Although I currently work in a private school, we are eligible to receive Title I funding. Catholic schools within the local public school district are able to access a pool of funds for professional development. In the early years, each teacher was given a disbursement to use as they choose. More recently, all schools have had to agree upon professional development needs and how to utilize the funds as a group. This mobilization of available community resources allows us to provide professional development for our teachers within our private school systems. One of my artifacts for this competency is a copy of a recent agenda and supporting documentation for a title meeting with our local public school district and our private schools. A positive school climate is achieved through a principal's ability to communicate with and actively listen to parents and school supporters. These groups are the scaffolding that supports the structure of student learning. My school community also includes our parish and pastor. This year, we have included a school message in our weekend church bulletin, and will also include copies of our school newsletter, The More News, each Sunday. To kick off Catholic Schools Week this last January, I facilitated a student-led Mass. This was the first time this had been done at our parish. A copy of our program and supporting documents were included as an artifact for this competency in my portfolio. The positive feedback from this event led us to begin preparations for including a student-led Sunday Mass once a month. As all teachers know, knowledge does not freely flow into the mind of a student. Most students sit idly by, waiting for the teacher's ample suggestions of information, while the teacher tosses bits of knowledge at the student through questioning and discussion strategies. It is not enough to know the subject matter. A successful teacher must know how to devise meaningful and engaging lessons that will attract and captivate a diverse population of students' interests. A teacher's job is to weed through the grand collection of instructional materials and create lessons that will cater to target needs of each and every student and meet our standards. In the Catholic school system, we go beyond Common Core to include Catholic social teaching. A major component of this is our dedication to service. I have been working with teachers and community members to develop and implement a kindergarten through 8th grade service learning program. Students are serving our community outside the walls of the school in developmentally appropriate organizations. Included as an artifact for this competency is a copy of a handout that I developed to put in our prospective family welcome packet. This is currently being used in our marketing plan as well. Through my leadership, my school is finally responding to the needs of our community. This is a powerful lesson for our children to learn and embrace. With the start of every school year, the format, goals, and expectations of a school grow and change. New strategies are added, while other strategies are discarded. The strategies that are effective for one group of students may not work for another. An effective administrator will be ever-changing in their methods and expectations as their level of experience increases and educational goals are furthered.